Hello! It's episode 76.
Episode 76. Bloody hell. And I'm having a genuinely amazing hair day.
You really are.
Have I ever looked cuter?
When you walked up, for anyone who's just listening, it is like curled fabulousness. It's like the modern version of Bad Sandy. That's what it is.
The world.
Do you remember that curled, like, iconic look?
Oh my God, that's so nice. Any kind of Sandy reference is honestly such a compliment. One time, Charlie Clive told me I look like both good and bad. And it was like, wow, that's all I wanted to ever achieve.
Because she's fucking gorgeous.
I know, it's so nice. Hey, you're wearing a green jumper. I'm wearing a green jumper. It's almost like we knew it was St. Patrick's Day on Friday.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Don't say it like
so
that.
Close,
Please
though.
stop.
Welcome to TrustyHogs.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them. Or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the TrustyHogs. Trust the TrustyHogs, or maybe not.
Welcome to Trusty
Oh, for
Hogs.
anyone new, hi.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm sorry, Andrew, who does our editing and podcasting. Andrew, have you ever opened a Sweet Louder?
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
Look, Andrew wasn't here last week. I brought some sweets from America. He wants to try one. I
yeah, but could
respect
you have
it.
chosen, could you have done it off air? Could you have chosen a quieter sweet?
Wow, we are choosing violence against men today,
Okay,
huh?
I'm really sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
No,
to me.
I'm sorry.
to
It's my
Andrew.
apology.
I
Hello,
accept
welcome
your
to
apology.
Trusty Hogs.
Thank you, Andrew.
If you are
podcast
new
really
to the
hate
show,
men.
this is the vibe. Yep.
It's just three friends
Yeah,
arguing with each other.
Exactly. No, we tell you about our frankly okay lives, and if they don't make you feel better about yours, then we deal with your problems and help you solve those. And
Yes.
that's the best we can do. We also have wonderful guests on today.
We've got the incredible Janine Harouni.
I'm so excited.
But she'll be
So
coming
cool.
on to chat with us, and then we're going to solve one of your bloody problems.
Yeah, classic.
Here we
you
go,
guys.
a bloody
Classic, you
listener
guys.
problem.
Before
How
our-
about you solve ours?
Well, can we talk about yours?
Okay,
Because
yeah.
you're very sniffly today.
I know, poor Helen.
I don't love it.
I'm not thriving with it either.
I know, but you just get a bit more spittily when you're sniffling.
I know, the moisture really
Yeah.
like...
And then I'm across from you and I don't love it.
Well, I've got the sniffles, and I spent the whole day in yesterday, like the whole day, because I was
Right.
like,
Trying to get better.
right, I just thought if I had a full day of rest, much like Jesus, he had 3 though, classic him, but if I had a full day, you know when he had the days of rest before he came out from the rock?
You mean
Don't
when he
even
died?
try and
You
make
mean
it.
When he died?
Yeah.
Okay, before he was risen.
Before he was risen, yeah, the 3 days of rest.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, Sunday's also the day of rest. God, you bloody Christians. Not easy, is it? It's
not
not
a
easy.
Christian anymore.
Yeah, but it all mixes in together.
Okay, look, fine. Okay, so.
So I had I was really sniffly, and I was in Brighton all weekend, like gigging, running around, and I was like, fuck me, I just need a day in.
And on Sunday we did do self-tape.
Sunday I came to yours probably at the height of what I thought was not a sickness that might have been.
It was very clear you were sick, but you were like,
I thought it was
And I
allergy.
was like, you seem like you need a minute. And you're like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Came all the way up to yours, and I was like, what am I doing?
Please don't put your hands near me. Oh my God. You're like, I'm fine. I'm just going to sniffle. It's like, oh my God, she's screaming. Here's the thing. You came to mind to do a self-tape.
Yes.
And may I say,
Thank you. I thought that was going to be a compliment.
May
so
I
jumped
say-
in.
oh, before you thank me, may I say,
Yes.
you're the most chaotic self-taper I have ever experienced.
No, really,
Helen, you had a cigarette between every tiny scene.
yes,
You,
to remember.
You didn't learn the lines before
I
you got
had
there.
learnt them.
Oh, that was you learned.
Yeah.
You learned them. Okay. And you...
That's the saddest thing. I genuinely, for anyone who doesn't know, a self-tape is something that we do sometimes to get like acting roles so we can like be in stuff. And they send you over don't stop it. They send you over audition sides, and then you have to like film yourself doing the scene, because it used to be you go into audition, but it's all like blah, blah, blah. And I don't do them very often. And usually I just do them at home with my housemate. And I've done one with you before. You're very professional.
You mean I learned the lines and like looked towards the
This
camera?
is the thing. I'd learnt my lines.
Yeah, it was funny to me when you called me or messaged me and were like, hey, can I come to yours for a self-tape? I was like, that's very unusual. And also like, it's a big trek out of your way to come to mine. I was like, yeah, why? And you were like, basically, the character who has to read into me is too upbeat for Sunil to do it. He just can't get to that level of energy.
Look, we all
funny.
use our housemates
So
or partners to do self-tapes with. My housemate is just not he does not fit in with the vibe of my self-tapes, and vice versa. So Neil's self-tapes are always like man in taxi, man on street, man who works at scientist's office, and it's just a couple of lines of just nothing. Whereas mine are always like some woman filled up of gack running around the street screaming with her tits out, and then he's having to read in like, woo, yeah, you're a fucking legend. He's just like, woo, yes. You go, girl.
Yeah, no,
and it's so hard to respond
when I read it,
to.
I was like, no, I can see how this would not work. Also, all of my self-tapes are just like tragic lesbians. It's just
Oh,
like,
for sure.
So you're leaving, is it? Or like, no, Dad, please love me. It's also sad.
Didn't we do one for you where you were like a massage therapist? Do you remember this? Like years
I
ago.
had one novel character of Catherine. How
Yeah, and
Didn't
you
get
were
it.
like,
Didn't get it.
welcome in. Yeah, how did
Didn't
you not get it?
I don't know, babe. I don't know.
You're such a
I-
fun massage
I
therapist
think
vibe.
I'd be a fun masseuse, but I think I might talk too much. Don't you think that
Yeah,
like,
you
you want a quiet energy when you're having a massage? You don't want like a, hey, so I'd love if you liked me. Are we starting on your shoulders?
Have you ever had that though? Had like a beauty therapist who's like there for the bands?
100%. And I've genuinely been more stressed coming out of a massage than going into one, because I've been like, I know I seem like a chatty gal, but actually when I'm lying down, I just want to relax.
I want everyone to be like a nail technician in South London.
Yes.
You sit down, you point in your colour, and then it's silence.
Exactly. Unless she's speaking in a different language to mock me to somebody else, which I totally get because she's not paid enough to be there for that.
Do you
shit.
always
That's
assume
fine.
they're mocking you?
100%. Also, sometimes they are pointing at me. And you know what I mean? It's like, I get it. Or like, you pick your colour and then they talk about how you clearly shouldn't wear that colour, and you're like, okay, all right, okay. And you know what? Fair enough.
I just think you were amazing at the self-tape. You helped me so much.
It was a pleasure. But then you went home and you
Yes.
took care of yourself.
I went home and I had a really good... Well, this is the thing. You know when you're feeling sick and miserable, you sort of go like, oh, I'll do something nice for myself so I feel better. So I've got something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Don't, because I know you're going to be upset with me. So don't be upset. Promise you won't be upset.
What were you just about to say?
£450
What?
on a private Sound of Music tour of Salzburg.
Helen, in one day you spent...
I know,
£450
Andrew, don't do that. Yeah, I know.
You have a mild cold.
I know. But I needed to feel happier.
Helen, you have a mild
So,
cold.
Is it one-on-one when you say private?
yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, no. So it's like someone comes and gets us in a minivan, and it's me, two girlies from school,
Hang on,
and
£450
Sunil
You have to
Patel.
go in a minivan?
A minivan, yeah. Well, I wanted to do the cycling tour, but it doesn't start until bloody April.
Helen,
Yeah, I know it's a lot.
you get a refund. I'm serious.
I
Also,
honestly,
this is a nightmare
that's the
because
worst thing. When I was going to sleep, I was thinking like, oh no, I'll refund it in the morning. But I'd already messaged Ellie Salter and Emma Black from school being like, guess what I've done? And I was like, don't
they
pay for it.
fuming?
Just like contribute if you want to, but don't pay
Why would
for
they
it.
pay for that? That's an outrageous decision you made on everyone else's behalf.
And like by the time I woke up in the morning, they were like, fucking yeah, this is gonna be amazing. And I was like, I can't take it away from the girlies now. It's too late.
Okay,
but it
those
also
stories
it will.
have a different vibe to me. Can I just say, by the way, I
Okay.
hate when you do this on the podcast.
I know.
hate it because you know what I'm about to say.
It's frivolous spending, isn't
and
it?
then what are we going to do?
There's a financial crisis.
Well, also, what else are we about to ask?
What are we going to ask? Oh, to give to the patron. I know, and you must, because I'm out of control. You have to help us.
Helen.
For just £5 a month, you can help me feed my habit.
Helen, this is a problem. We actually,
know.
Andrew and I are like, we want to pay our rent. And we're like, I made a crazy call. Why?
But this is the thing. Can I just explain myself?
I don't think
So-
it's going to be a good enough explanation.
Because it will be on the day of my birthday, March
It's not even
25th.
an important birthday.
32nd.
That's not important.
Wow, that's mad. 32 is important.
How so?
Because that's 5 years from when Jesus died.
Oh,
Because he was
fuck off.
37, wasn't he? There you go. It's all Jesus. I'm bringing it back for Paddy's Day. No, Paddy's Day isn't
He
Jesus,
wasn't
is it?
37, was he, Andrew?
I believe he was.
I believe he was 33.
Yeah.
33.
I was,
Oh, 1 year. 1 year, even more of a big birthday.
What?
But this is my concern, is that I've
Will you not
always...
conclude
Okay.
Please.
We're best friends. We're best friends. So for anyone... So basically, right... The other option is a massive
breathe?
coach. Yeah, I need to calm down. I'm really panicked.
Okay, well, you've spent £450 and I think you know it's a terrible choice and that's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't have any work at the moment.
Yeah.
So, but the other option is to go on a big coach, which takes you around to the Sound of Music stop.
But is that reasonable and affordable?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then you are at the whim of the time of everyone else in the coach. So they might be like, right, 10 minutes of the 16 going on 17, pagoda,
Gazebo, pagoda.
gazebo. But how long? That song's about 5 minutes long.
So you need to do the whole song.
Well, I need time to do this. Yeah, ideally. Photos and the whole song. Because me and Emma Black want to do each song in each place.
Can I say
in full.
I've said I've put in my 2 cents.
Yeah.
I think that was a crazy expenditure.
I
think there should have been a nicer vehicle than a minivan for the amount you're spending.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might be a nice minivan.
I don't think there's a world in which that tour could be worth that, or you feel like well spent.
It could be like a really fun person taking us around. Or a very angry Austrian man.
Yeah, it could also be like a furious bore. But hey, listen, I wish you well. And I'm trying to be sensitive because, Helen, I know it's been a tough week for you. Because aside from the sniffles, I feel like I should say...
Is that the message you sent me you were talking about?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Mystic Meg.
Awful.
You okay?
Awful. Do you reckon she
right?
saw it coming? Hey.
I hate you.
No, I'm not happy with that either. it's a part of the, occult world that I live in has left us.
Yeah.
And I always assumed I'd work with her. She's in about...
I assumed you'd work with her somehow.
She's in about 5 pictures I've had for like TV shows and radio shows. Me and Mystic Meg going around. Yeah.
We have. Do you actually? You asked last week about American listeners and stuff. We've had people messaging in from San Jose and Maine, so we've got a lot of international listeners. Would you like to explain who Mystic Meg is to our abroad listeners?
Oh, listen up, Yankees. She was everything. She was on the lottery every single weekend when we were growing up on the lottery TV show, and she'd do predictions about the future, and she was just gorgeous.
She was a psychic with a very heavy fringe, very into purple, so you can see where we got our aesthetic from.
She was incredible.
She often used an actual crystal ball.
You must.
No, I would say nothing she wore was like, I think she was exclusively dressed in highly flammable sort of fake silks.
Yeah.
A woman of kind of a national treasure, as it were.
More than a national treasure.
Yeah, and it's tough because it's coming up to British Mother's Day, and I thought, one of the most significant women in Helen's life
sort of raised me. I've only got Lois from Malcolm in the Middle left now.
Oh my God, I love her. That's the woman I can get behind.
Did Mystic Meg ever, she was doing the lottery show, did she ever predict the lottery numbers? Just before they did the lottery?
I don't think so.
That would have been mad, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if she actually did that?
You missed Ellen and Charlie's birthday party.
I know.
They had a psychic. They had a psychic called Phoenix. And she was doing tarot card reading.
Wait, are you fucking kidding me?
The queue for Phoenix was
Phoenix was
crazy.
at the door.
So I missed the birthday party because I was gigging in Brighton and there was a psychic there. And you were both there.
There was a psychic there. There was a pick and mix table there. There was a photo booth there.
Okay, birthday parties are getting out of control.
I know, it was wild.
And then you're judging me for £450 on a Sound of Music tour. That's mental.
Well, no, it was their joint 30th.
Okay, fair enough.
And also they they had this psychic, and honest to God, she didn't stop working all night. She was unbelievable. I don't really
go on.
I don't really believe in it.
You do love it.
But one of the people at the party came in. My friend Jess was like, my blood ran cold. Like I just got the chills talking to her.
Oh my God.
She sat down and she was like, I'm seeing a flat over a canal, and Jess lives in a flat over a canal. She was like,
Phoenix.
What? Like, she's crazy good. Yeah, it was wild. I mean, I didn't go to her because I, on the one hand, don't believe in psychics, and on the other hand, I'm like, let's just say they are real. And this is my problem with Penelope. I was wondering about this.
We've got Penelope back in a couple of weeks, so please.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if people could tell the future,
yes,
should we know it?
Yes. Oh God, yes.
Should we?
Yes, yeah.
Should we?
Yeah, because then you can like curb things to getting towards it.
I don't know. Part of me thinks like maybe you're not supposed to know, even if somebody could tell you.
But if you had like a big significant, I don't know, let me think of an example. If they said there will be a big car crash for you in Scotland,
yeah,
then you wouldn't go to Scotland.
I think
right? Do you know what I mean? Like you can.
I think I just wouldn't get in cars in Scotland. I have to go to the Fringe.
Okay, yeah, but just trains.
I'll just walk it.
Then again, car crash, you could just be hit by a car walking down the street.
Wow, you're awful. I hate this.
Anything could happen.
Really depressing. I didn't love it. I'm gonna
because it's a eulogy section.
Remind me when Penelope comes in. We're not doing mine in advance. I hate you. When Penelope comes in, remind me to ask her about whether or not what her like moral stance on telling people. Obviously, she believes.
Oh, that's worth asking. Yeah.
Knowing like how she makes that rationale.
But I think it depends on the person. If you invite a psychic or a medium or anything into your life, then you're asking for that information. So obviously, she knows they want to know.
Helen,
Yeah.
I was going to my girlfriend's house recently.
Oh, so we're done with the grieving.
We're done with the grieving.
Just before we do
we're going back to
lay
Mystic
Mystic Meg
Meg
to rest, she never actually predicted the lottery numbers, but she did once very specifically correctly guess who would win the lottery.
What?
Yeah.
What was
Apparently,
that? How am I British now? Did
this.
you hear that?
What?
What? You what,
Oh my
mate?
God.
What? Who was that? What the hell? Thank you for the tissue. That's so funny because I've been mocking. You know that I took Ellen home to meet my parents and she kept doing her accent.
Yeah.
But what?
What?
No,
That's incredible that she knew. Was it just like it's a guy in like Salisbury?
No, she'd be like, so the predictions were like, somebody with the name Pat or Kathy would win the prize, and they buy a ticket at 6 p.m. today. And,
Fuck off.
Yeah, stuff like that.
And they did.
And they did once. Just once.
Law of averages. Law of averages. Hey,
Did I tell you about the time my granny won the lottery?
Let's not shit on the dead. How much she win?
Did I tell you about the time my granny won the lottery? Big jackpot in America.
No.
Yeah. She was psychic. Well, my mum thinks that she was a witch and that we're all witches. And I think she won the lottery twice.
What?
Both times gave it away, bloody Christians. Here we go.
What?
But she
Wait,
was
a
visiting.
Christian witch?
Christian witch. She was visiting some friends in America.
That
who
doesn't make any sense.
She'd known in it does if you don't think about it too much.
Oh.
She was visiting some friends in America who she knew from when she was, I think, little, like in Newcastle, and they were they were having like a really bad time. Like they were in a trailer park. Like their son had been in a really bad car crash. Like just like everything was wrong. My granny was like, "Let me enter the lottery for you. I'm good at this. Like I'm really good at it. I'm really lucky." And she won it, and she got a house in Virginia. They got a pool that had like a thing you could walk towards so that the guy could do like physical therapy.
Wow.
And then when I was like fucking years later, but when we were like 13, we went to go visit them and they put on like a big barbecue for us. I think my grandma had died by this point.
Oh my God, that's so
Or maybe she
sweet.
wasn't, but like either way, they were like, "Oh my God, like this is all because of your granny."
That kind of explains you a little bit, which is that like you act like every paycheck is a prize win and then spend it all on your friends when
prize win.
occasionally you should act like it's your income and like you will have to take care of yourself in your old age.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, income is
Something
important,
to
but
think
also
about.
memories are important as well. Because otherwise, what am I going to think about when I'm old and cold? Like,
And you will be cold.
I will
And
be
you
cold. I'll be bloody chilly.
There's not going to be.
No,
Oh
me and
God,
Gwyneth.
you're
Was
gonna
it
end up
Gwyneth I was
living
talking about this with? Like, I just assume I'm going to end up like one of those people who like. No, it was you. Do you remember this? Like, we're going to do this about summer in Florida, like winter in
You
Florida,
assume
even.
that. You
I
assume
think
that.
we will.
Whereas I think I'm going to end up having to have you in my house. Like,
Very
I'm
south
gonna
of
have to have
France-y.
like a granny flat for you.
Yes. Oh, please do.
I'm going to have to probably.
That would be so
I feel like
magical.
it's got to be at least considered in my plans that I might have to look after you.
Andrew, do you want a room at Catherine's as well?
No, I can take.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
thank you.
First of all, he's actually able to take care of himself, and second of all, I can take care of one of you at a time. I can't keep that many sweets in the house, lads.
I do like.
I know, but I think I'd probably need it more.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, no,
100%, yeah, no,
I
God,
would
yeah, we both
definitely
agree
cede
totally.
to you.
Yeah.
Also, I'm
no,
significantly
no
older
doubt,
than
Andrew
Andrew,
and
so
I
I'll
fine.
need to move in earlier. So when I've died, Andrew can go in. How
To be
about
clear,
that?
I think Andrew
I like
will, in
that.
fact, have like done the financial kind of preparation you need to for old age.
Yeah, but for company.
No. Okay, so
Okay, it's something to think about, though, isn't it?
yeah, Helen,
Yeah.
here's something else.
Can I have an
to think about.
accessible bathroom, like
You'll
a wet room? Just slide 80-year-old Helen into it, tits trapped under her fucking between her legs, like I'm getting clean. When does your voice change to that? When do you suddenly become like
It goes all over.
ah?
Can I actually check if Ellen's cool with that?
just wanking literally everywhere I go. Like I don't give a shit anymore. In my day, we
You're
come
out.
everywhere.
You're out.
No.
You're out.
You
now.
can't
I'm
get rid
sorry,
of
babe.
me.
You're right. Not if you're gonna wank everywhere.
Oh, where am I going to go when I'm older then?
You can stay in mine if you just don't.
Oh God, it's going to be me and my fucking sister with like 200 hamsters lying around, isn't
What?
it?
No.
That's going to be my
why?
future. Just the two of us with like a fucking cat called Cheddar. Like this is our best friend now, I
What's
guess.
the cat called Cheddar?
She likes the name Cheddar for an animal now.
I mean, it is a pretty good name for an animal. Okay, so here's the issue that I was trying to tell you about,
Okay.
which is that I'm having an evening off. I go to Ellen's. I'm like
Right.
chill and fun, and she's been at
What,
some-
last night?
No, and the other day, and I was
Sunday
like,
night?
No, oh my God, what do I need to report to you? Which night I was?
No, because I just thought you were going to stay in and watch a nice
No, I
movie.
did stay in.
Yeah.
Ellen,
Yeah.
last week I was at my girlfriend's. I wake
Thank
up
you.
and I'm like trying. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but when I'm not around you, I try not to think of you, because I get stressed.
Oh,
and
dear.
she's like,
Oh, no.
she's like, oh, P.S. I was at football last night. I have a message for you. And then she takes out her phone.
Yeah.
And there's a message that's like, hey, Ellen.
Yes. That makes sense.
This is a message from Helen for Catherine.
Oh, yes. No, that's me. Yeah.
Which is fucking terrifying.
Oh, I know what this is.
First of all, I'm like, what? She's like, we went to her work in progress show.
Yes, thank you very much for coming
and
to my
she'd
work
like
in progresses, by
Catherine
the way.
to know that Percy Pigs have brought out underwear.
Yeah, a Nicoline.
And she'll expect it for her birthday.
Yes.
Please let her know.
Yes. So this is, I forgot to tell you this. This is brilliant.
But here's the thing. You know what you could have done?
This is Shiv. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it is Shiv.
Yeah.
But instead of telling Shiv to tell Ellen to tell me,
Yes.
why didn't A, you tell me, and B, do you think you can just request things for your birthday now?
I think it makes it easier for everyone. I think we'd all be happy.
I think it does if I ask you what you want, but not if I don't. I might have an idea myself. And also, I'm not buying you pants. We don't have that kind of relationship.
That's mad. So I've listened to you now. Can I say my point of view?
Fine.
Okay. What happened? Sorry, Andrew. Sorry, but this is from my point of view now. So maybe put the volume like up or something. My point of view is I was doing a preview. By the way, thank you so much to everyone who's come to see us gig recently. It's such a joy.
Oh my God, speaking of, I have so many work in progresses and they're all on my website. And please, can you come because I have the newest of new ideas and they're so tenuous and new. And I need like protective audiences to come see my baby ideas. Please come.
Go and see
website.
all of us. Andrew White, Helen Bauer, Catherine Bohart. Google us.
But
work in progresses.
CatherineBohart.com, please.
But mainly Catherine and then book to see me and Andrew.
Mainly me. Okay.
So basically, and then like Shiv was there and they were like, oh, like, do you remember me?
By the way,
I'm
Shiv
the one.
is like officially your present person because I was
Yes.
in, you know when I met
Yeah,
Shiv?
that's the thing.
I'm walking in Selfridges with my brother trying to have my own day off like Chloe Pets.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I have someone going, I hope you got something for Helen. And I'm like, who are you?
This is Shiv. I love Shiv.
like a
and
present pixie.
Shiv and some other people came to see my work in progress together. And Gwyneth was there. So I was hanging out with Gwyneth. But then, no, I wasn't. Oh, Breed was there. I was with Breed. And then Shiv was like, by the way, do you know that Percy Pigs have launched a line of pants? And I was like, you've got to be fucking joking
Wait,
me.
this was Shiv's initiation.
Yeah.
Listeners of this podcast.
So I would like a pack of size 22 Percy Pig panties for my birthday. And I think that's such a reasonable request.
No, they just come in children's sizes.
No, there was an adult that had them.
Oh, God.
And if they just do come in children's sizes, then you buy them and you go to a tailor and you get them made up into my size.
I'm
it
worried
looks
that
like
if
that
you have Percy Pig
Little piggy
panties, you're going
panties.
to like think that's where you should keep your Percy Pig.
they're only available on
la.
eBay now.
What?
Clearly the original run sold out, so you have to buy them on eBay.
I won't be doing that.
Andrew, can you just like... If
Oh no, there is an M&S version as well.
I'm
sorry.
not doing this.
Yeah, the M&S version, yeah.
Are
they available?
Sizes 8 to 28 is sold out, but could you do a size 6?
Size 8 to 28 are sold out.
Yeah.
Only size 6 left.
Yeah.
Can you call them, please?
I'll get on that. Yeah.
No, should we call them now on the podcast? Should we call up M&S and be like, what's the deal with these Percy Pig pants?
When are you doing another line?
Yeah, like when's it going to come out? What's M&S's customer service number, do you
I actually
reckon?
don't know.
Shall we do this in the extras and maybe introduce our fabulous guest?
That sounds fair, but I will be calling M&S customer service.
Okay, but wait.
Only size 6 left.
Yeah, that is
pig
actually
pants.
really toxic.
Is that toxic or is it just...
No, that is toxic. No, sorry, you can't sell a sweet-based
Oh, I
pant
swear to God, Catherine.
and then be like, it's only for tiny women. Sorry, who's keeping the brand alive?
What size 6 is eating that many Percy Pigs?
We are the loyalists, but anyway, the point
It's size 18 up there doing the fucking shift with
it does
it.
feel like that is
a
really
distribution
problematic.
oversight.
Yeah, no,
That is fucking
definitely.
bullshit.
No.
Also-
I am with you there, I'll be honest.
Okay, if we find out that they only sold out yesterday and you had this information that I wanted them for 5 days, I will be fucking livid. You will be giving me 450 quid to return the money.
I also won't be buying you. Listen, here, can you focus in because I have a couple of things to say before we bring on our guest.
Is it a parish announcement?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
it
so
is a
sorry.
parish. Oh my God, I forgot about parish announcements. How did I forget about... Guys, why did you let parish announcements be
Because
dead?
you're thick as shit, bitch.
Time
No.
for parish announcements.
Sorry.
Shut the fuck up. Ready?
Yeah.
The parish announcements are as follows. On Friday, it is St. Patrick's Day. If you're listening to this, that means it's tomorrow. Probably if you listen to it on the day it comes out. Whenever you're listening to it, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Let's go see
Ellen,
Riverdance and have a
Ellen, what's
pint.
the
No,
rule
okay,
with-
not talking and during parish announcements.
Thank you. St. Patrick's Day, couple of things. 1, don't do an Irish accent. 2, it's St. Patrick's Day or St. Paddy's Day. It is not. Now, please listen in if you're coming to me from America. it's not St. Patty's Day. There's no such thing as Paddy or Patrick. Have a lovely day. Those green shakes from McDonald's, you're really only ever going to be able to drink one sip or maybe two.
What?
Mint ones. Yeah, listen, they're not very nice.
Oh, Jesus.
And don't be weird to your Irish friends. And if anybody does want a Guinness, you should be paying if you're English because you should be more sorry. Now, listen, it's also
But
Mother's
should I be
Day.
messaging you on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, you
to
can
wish
sing
you a
it,
happy
but
St. Patrick's?
not in a stupid Irish.
Not a voice note. Yeah.
Just a text.
Just a text.
Thanks so much. But then you got really mad when I messaged you on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Well, that felt more pointed.
Well, it would feel pointed if it was St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, so do you want a text or not?
I think I do actually.
Okay,
Yeah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
St. Patrick was from
England.
Wales. He was from Wales. He got rid of the
Snakes.
Thank you.
I learned this, remember?
Well,
last
no,
time.
we're talking.
Yeah, okay.
And then last thing to say is on Sunday it's not St. Mother's, it's Mother's Day. And
This Sunday.
it's Mother's Day.
Whoops.
So if you listen to this on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, you still have time to get a card. If you
want to.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you don't have a relationship with your mother, if you don't have a mother, it's a really shit day sometimes. And so it's also okay to just buy yourself something nice and sit in and ignore the internet if you want. I would say if you feel ick on Mother's Day, feel free to do a hard pass on social media.
I'd watch Sophie's Choice. Watch a mother fuck over one of her kids.
Nice.
That's what I do. That's what that film's about.
Sounds toxic.
Picking the son over the daughter. Spoiler alert. Watch
Helen.
Okay, go on. Sorry. Yes.
What did
no.
we say?
No talking during. There's so many good topics. Yeah, go on.
It's hard for you, isn't it? It's fascinating to watch. You really
know.
can't let me have it.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
No. I'm done now.
What's that on your little list?
Oh, it's just that I was going to tell you how badly I desperately need to pass my I need to pass my driving.
Oh, I know you do. But it's coming up so soon.
I know, but it's escalated because you know how I need everyone to like me, especially women in authoritative positions.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't like me, I was buying her coffees. Well, it sort of escalated to cake and coffee now because she doesn't like me at all. And I think I need to pass because I can't spend any more money on this woman.
Why are you taking your driving instructor cake and coffee?
You know, I just need her to like me.
She likes you.
She doesn't.
You're giving her pounds per hour to be in the car with you. You're a delight to be in the car with.
Yes, she thinks I'm such a shit driver.
Well,
I think I am.
you're not a shit driver. You just haven't passed yet.
I'm
You're
always in the wrong lane.
It's
I'm
not
always
shit
in the
driver.
wrong
It's
lane.
confidence.
I'm always
Even if you're in the wrong lane, be confident
I
with
almost
it.
killed us both turning left into a dual carriageway this morning. Fuck, it's scary.
Okay, that's not good, is it?
I do think about whether or not I'm going to die the entire time I'm behind the wheel, which I
Don't.
have to.
That's
stop
the
doing.
idea of driving makes me nervous because of that.
Yeah, the whole time I'm like, we could die. If I let go, we could die. We could die.
Also, doesn't your brain just go like, I just need to do that and I'm dead?
Yeah, all the time.
How do you combat
I
that?
could just press this pedal and we'd both die. I don't know. It's really hard. I'd not to have incredibly intrusive thoughts that are just like, you can fucking die. Go on, press it. And you're like, what?
It's so fucked up, isn't it?
Also, London drivers are so mean. Can I? One last harsh
go on.
announcement. If you're a driver and you're on the roads and you're behind a learner, if you want, by all means, take over when you can. But otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Be kind.
Shut the fuck up. I don't it's so mean to beep a learner.
Yeah.
You have no idea if they're their first lesson, if they're in their test, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just please, with all the kindness and love in the world, shut the fuck up.
In a world where you can be anything, be kind.
Be quiet.
Be quiet.
I really think be quiet. Okay, Helen, ready to bring on our guest?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Janine Harouni! Yay!
That was not in sync. Should we try again?
Janine Harouni!
Try again. It's the wonderful
Janine Harouni! Just put the
do
one
it.
in when it's
That'll
just
do
me
it.
talking,
Yeah.
Andrew. That'll probably work
I think
best.
maybe the one we got
Just
this
cut
week would
Andrew.
be nice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my god.
Bye. Catherine, we've got to say our thank yous.
Please.
We are so fucking constantly in awe and grateful
So
of our
grateful.
amazing executive producers and to all of you that sign up on Patreon. But as always, we just want to give a shout out to
Yes,
the
please.
amazing producer team. We'll start with the execs.
Okay, go
Here we
on.
go. Exec sounds like sex. Coincidence? It is a coincidence.
Yeah,
we
we
don't.
won't be
We're
having
not.
sex with you,
No,
but
no, no,
thank
no.
you so much.
But thank you to
Yeah.
Guy Goodman, Simon Moores, Mary Fox, Annie Tonner, Sarah Jarque-Deakin, and Oliver Jago. Do you remember that 5 months when we couldn't say Sarah Jarque-Deakin?
Yeah.
We have come so far.
I felt like you couldn't say Oliver Jago just then, but that's okay.
Oliver Jago. Oliver Jago. Thank
you
you.
guys.
And to our incredible producers, you guys we've got some new ones. Welcome to the sty. Welcome.
Get in the mud, roll around.
But as always, the inevitably amazing crew of Richard Bicknell, Elle, Richard Bald, Neil Redmond, Victoria Hutchison, Emma Walton, Karen and David Bull, Harald van Dijk, Tim and Dom, David Walker, Rachel R, Anthony Conway, Sadie Cashmore, Claire Owen-Jones, Jess and Nick, Zoe, Sarah and Molly, Raia Fink, we've done this one before. Cordelia, Rachel Page, Helen A, Tina Lindsay, Graham Marsh, Emily G, Amy O'Riordan, Abby Wharf, Key Webb, Matt Sims, Luke Bright, and Leah.
So many guys.
Thank you so much.
And if you're not already on Patreon, you get an extra episode.
Sign up, because I just spent $4.50.
And we tell a lot of secrets on there. Lot of secrets. So please do.
Still have to message Andrew every now and again, being like, so give me the list of names of people who have signed up for patrons, just in case.
And I used to be like, so I know it's for patrons, but could we possibly take out a name or two?
Yeah, because of the patrons, it really gets a bit too loose.
Yeah, it does. Hey guys, thank you so much. We honestly couldn't make the podcast without you, so thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye. It's Janine Harouni! Yay, Janine!
It's funny, we're both wearing green jumpers, and then Janine and I are both doing the cheerleader hair.
Oh shit, I want to do the cheerleader hair. For anyone who's just listening, cheerleader hair is when it's half up, half down.
Very
and
high on
you look
your
like a whore.
But
How about
I feel
that?
like you need a big bow for it to be cheerleader hair.
But I think
Yeah.
that's all we need.
Right.
You weren't a cheerleader at school in America.
I was for
though.
one day.
What?
One day.
I was one day. I got recruited because these girls who were flyers, there's all different jobs in the cheerleaders.
Yep.
Flyers the ones to go.
Flyers are the ones at the top, and they were
I know
like,
that from
they were
cheer.
like, you're short. Oh.
Oh, sorry.
They're
You have
like,
to
you're
talk.
little,
They're
we
like,
could throw
sing
you
out,
up.
Louise. Put the mic close to you. So they were like, you should come. You could be a flyer. Don't you want to fly through the air? And I was like, yes. And then I got there and realized I do not have the personality, or I'm not brave enough either.
Yeah, I'd hate that. I watched
Oh,
cheer.
that's
though.
very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as ours. Yeah, you.
Three sisters.
Oh, but we do look a bit like the Powerpuff Girls because we've got a brunette, a redhead, and a blondie.
Yes, I'm
Except
bubblegum.
you
Bubblegum?
Bubble.
Buttercup?
You just said bubble cum, and we all heard that.
What are they? Blossom, Buttercup,
And buttercum, yeah. That's what they're all called.
it's when they come in your ass and then they cover it in butter. It's buttercum.
I hate you.
Okay, no,
I absolutely hate you, Janine. How
I would
are you?
have thought of myself as a cheerleader.
Yes.
If I went to an American school, I think I would have thrived on it. Not like doing the athletics, but like on the
But
side,
bullying.
like mat talk.
But do you think you
and
would
the
have
bullying.
bullied? Yeah.
I think you're.
Shoving people's heads into lockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, have
You're
you?
staring at me.
I was more like Daria, I think, in high school.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, you guys just don't listen to as cool a music as I do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Whereas I think I'd have been like, seems like there's not enough time to focus on your academics.
Oh my God.
I don't know about you, but I just want to do well in school.
You were Hermione.
So, yeah, essentially. And
We've already spoken about that. Catherine
we-
genuinely believed that she would be Hermione.
you know the first,
When they made the
film,
movie.
yeah.
well, also, I think the best description of me is, as you put it, the opening scene of Booksmart, where they realised that everybody else got good grades but also had fun.
Oh, I see. And they only had good grades.
I'm that, but I don't have the second or third part of that movie. Like I'm like,
But you see, you didn't want to like go and party and kiss people.
She
and-
wanted
No,
to pass
I
her
wanted to
exams and she
make
thought
sure
there was
that I did
only
the
one
best.
option.
What grades did you get?
Oh.
Straight A's.
I did good.
Wow.
Trinity.
Well,
You went to Trinity. Oh, Andrew went to Trinity.
oh, you're Irish. I was going to say your Irish boyfriend, but your Irish
Irish
husband. She got a
husband.
husband. She got a husband.
We love a hobby. We love a
How did you have
hobby.
a husband? You look 12.
I am 35.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I tricked him into thinking I was younger than I was.
Nice.
And now I've got my
Nice.
claws in him. He can't leave me.
Amazing.
The way to do it.
Is he older or younger than you?
He is older. He's an age I'm not allowed to say.
Oh!
But you both look
Okay,
so
he's
young.
70, but no one has to judge
Don't
love.
make a big deal of it.
No one
Don't
should
make a big
judge
deal
love.
of it. It's fine. That's astonishing because he looks really young, as do you. But that's particularly astonishing because American women always look young, but Irish men usually look wrecked by a certain
I
age.
think it's because
they don't wear sun
I
cream.
think the
Sorry.
thing, I slather him in sun cream.
Do you?
all
Good
the
for
time.
you.
Yeah.
Good
'Cause
for
he's
you.
really concerned he's going to go pink. He keeps saying that Irish men go pink.
They do. That's so true.
Yeah,
They all.
I've seen
They
it.
go to like a.
Yeah, it's fucking minging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
And British
No,
men
they
as
do.
well.
They,
It's-
yeah, there's just that boiled quality to them all that you
Yeah.
have to kind of be like, nah, let's
Hammy.
just,
Yeah.
So, good for you.
Yeah.
Good
My
for you.
dad, he he like has only just been aware of sun cream as a thing. He's 70, so it feels mad that it's this late. But he's got the same thing I do, which is such a prominent forehead and a prominent nose, which means our face naturally shades the rest of our face. So like my forehead shades my eyes and
Skull
cheeks.
hat. Yeah.
It's like a skull hat. Yeah. Thank you, Janine. A skull hat. That feels good. We're all having fun.
Came too quickly.
So like it's just like a burn across the hairline and a burn on the top of the nose, but then the rest of you is cast in shadow, so it's
Phenomenal.
fine. It's like a very specific sort of burn. But now I know sun cream or a hat. That'll do the job.
A hat's probably better.
My family were like, so my dad is Lebanese and my mom is like Irish and Italian, but they both get so dark in the summer. So they were just like, my mom was like, you don't need suntan lotion. Like she was, they're like,
What?
It's just big lotion trying to get you to buy cream. They
Big
have
Pharma
both
selling a
had skin
conspiracy.
cancer. They're fine. They're
No!
fine. But they both have skin cancer.
Fucking hell, Jen.
That's such a dark end to that story.
I know,
Janine.
but wear your sun cream. Oh no, did it stop filming? Is it?
It's okay, don't worry.
Oh.
I love those theories
Are you
of
sure?
big pharma. Oh no, our
Are
cameras
you gonna
have gone
hold
down.
the camera like a stage mom?
Wait, are we down to like a phone camera for this episode?
I'll get it fixed while you carry on.
Okay, great. Okay, great.
You're doing great, by the
We'll
way.
You're
record
doing great,
something at the
Andrew. You're doing great. This is the first time this has ever happened. Wait, so your mom thinks that she was in the pocket of big SPF?
Well, no, they just were like, you don't need it, They
get it.
just whatever. And
Yeah.
the pictures of us as kids were just like, we're just so brown. Like they were just running around, and we were all members of like a swim club. So we spent every day in the sun.
But if my parents didn't
Like
believe
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
But if my parents didn't believe in sun cream, it wouldn't be that we were like so tanned. It would be like we'd be in hospital.
Right.
Like
yeah.
I've gotten like full on blisters from sunburn. Like I've seen people with 3rd degree burns from sunburn in Ireland.
Yeah.
Like people end up in the
Yeah,
But
Andrew
mums
had
go
3rd degree
through
burns.
phases.
Yeah.
We were all raised by noughties and 90s mums who had such weirdly strong beliefs about stuff. Like there was this big thing in Britain, I don't know if it hit the States, where like we genuinely believed that one brand of orange juice would turn you orange. Like
Sunny D.
Yeah. It was like, but
Sunny D
it
was
swept
huge
the
in
nation.
America.
Yeah.
What?
But here we were like, it will turn you orange because basically one kid's mum faked tandem, took a picture and sent it into a newspaper.
What?
And
That
like,
happened?
yeah.
Is that where
And then
it
we
came
all
from?
believed it would turn you orange.
And what they
There's
didn't
no way
fact
an orange juice can turn you orange, right? But we all believed it.
Well, I don't know. I watched an episode of Magic School Bus, and if you eat enough Cheetos, apparently you can turn orange.
I loved it with Miss Frizz.
Miss Fresno.
What is that?
Who's voiced
Stop.
by?
No,
Do you
don't.
know who?
It's going to
Can
be a
someone
celebrity.
Google it? It's someone
Oh, God.
crazy.
Yes.
It's the woman, very famous actress in Grace and Frankie.
How great it? Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Which one?
Lily
Lily
Tomlinson?
Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin.
Stop.
Tomlin. Sorry,
Frizzle.
Tomlinson is
Voice
the
of
one
Miss
from
Frizzle. I'm 98%
Direction.
sure. She is, right?
Oh my God, it's Lily Tomlin.
That's so
Did
cool.
you ever watch this?
No. Also, can we talk about how Janine just
You
did what
should
I
be
do?
her for Halloween. Show a
Catherine,
picture.
this is mad.
Oh,
Miss Frizzle.
you think I should be her
with the
for
dragon
Halloween?
on her.
Look.
She had. You were trying to make that better. If you didn't hear what Janine said, she was like, "You should be here for Halloween." And I was like, "Really?" And then she was like, "Yeah, she is Frizzy." Wow.
That was one of my favourite kids' TV shows.
Big curly red hair.
That's better, but not good.
Catherine,
not
it was
good.
incredible. She went on adventures, right? To like
inside the human body.
the house, the bus would shrink down.
The Magic School Bus.
Thank you very much.
This is a show for kids.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was
so good.
huge.
Oh,
How'd you
a
know
redhead
that in
just
Ireland?
drove into the butt of a person and then.
No,
Sometimes it
never
was
by
the
the ass.
nose,
Ear,
mouth.
nose, mouth. Yeah. Not every hole's a goal for Miss Frizzle. She's not like a
I don't like that.
really.
Yeah, I don't think that's for me.
But what were you watching growing up?
Wind in the Willows.
Boring. Can I ask a question about
Sorry.
orange juice in Ireland?
Yeah.
Andrew told me that there was something, and can we Google this? It was orange juice and milk mixed together, and it was available in schools in Ireland, and it was called
I can't remember what it was called, but yeah,
Wait, I'm googling it.
it's not frill.
or
Yeah, it's a definite
Orange
thing.
sunny
Juice.
sun.
It's definitely a thing because
And
it's
milk.
almost peach looking. It's disgusting.
Ireland.
Why would you
that
ever
sounds
combine
really
those
minging.
things?
I don't know. I didn't drink it. It sounded disgusting to me.
Smooth, juicy.
Smooth and
juice press.
juicy.
Smooth and juicy.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, that's not good. The
We
delicious
really-
mix of orange and milk just feels so good on the taste
It
buds.
doesn't. And can I say, if I may, there was really a phase of Irish sort of a raising of children where the answer to everything was put milk in it.
Yes, I remember this.
Like a sort of sense that like if you had enough calcium, you'd be grand. Like you didn't really need parenting, you just needed milk.
Yeah, we had to drink a glass of milk a day. My mum insisted on it,
It
and I
was
had to insist on Nesquik being
disgusting.
introduced.
Yeah.
But like I've watched my whole life grown men sit down for dinner drinking a pint of milk.
What
with
is
their
it with
dinner.
Irish men drinking
They'll
milk
have
for fun?
a pint of
Like,
milk with their dinner. Isn't that disgusting? Like
They're
mashed
having-
potato
they're
and then
having-
drinking
yeah.
milk.
my
It's one of the most abhorrent things in the world. Neil O'Rourke, your friend and ours,
Yeah.
still drinks a glass of milk
It's
every now and again just for fun.
disgusting.
In front
I don't
of
know
people.
anyone who drinks cow's milk anymore. Like
I know. Oh my
I didn't
God.
mean to sound like the milk of a cow.
I know, but
everyone
really?
drinks almond milk or soy milk or something.
But they don't drink it. They're not like getting out a glass of almond
They're
milk.
adding it to something.
I put dairy milk on cereal or in a coffee or in a
Right,
hot
right.
chockey, but
Okay.
not like I'm not sitting down having a nice, cool, refreshing glass of milk.
It's just grim.
It's the
grim.
worst liquid.
But
Yeah.
what if you added orange juice to that equation?
no, because I can see it coagulate. What's it
I
called?
know.
Coagulation?
When it's like
Curdle,
acid
curdle.
to
Curdling, yeah.
curdling. Acid to dairy is not the
No.
one.
No.
What was I saying to someone the
Grim.
other day? They were talking about like having something with loads of dairy, but then we were just been talking about like stomach acid. I'm in fun chats all the time.
Yeah.
By the way, addicted to American pharmacies. By the way, absolutely
What, like
charmed
CVS?
by them.
Oh yeah.
CVS,
Have
Target
you ever
One,
been to an American
Walgreens.
pharmacy?
Not really.
Do you need
So
your
many fun
prescription
colours.
drugs filled and also all of your St. Patrick's Day decorations in one location?
in the same spot?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
It's
that's
even better than
real.
German
Yeah.
pharmacies where you can buy wine and cigarettes alongside
They're like
the vitamins.
supermarkets. It's amazing.
But in my head, in American
You can get baby
pharmacies-
clothes.
Yeah.
Really? But you
Everything.
can't get the morning after pill. Fascinating.
If
What a
you could
world.
pay,
Some
I don't
states.
know.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends.
I
on
don't
where
think
you
I
are.
was having sex till I moved to this country, actually.
What
Good
age
for
did you
you.
move here at?
24.
No. Janine, you're lying.
I had a little bit. I had a dalliance or two, but
Did you? Are you one
Just
of those?
hand stuff and mouth
I
stuff.
was a real, just butt stuff. I was a real, the other hole was for Jesus. I was very Catholic. Yeah, super Catholic.
Sorry, did you just get hot like in university? Is that why this didn't happen? What are you talking about? I didn't
why
have sex
didn't
until
it
I was
happen?
19, but which is quite old for Irish
Right,
teenagers. But that's because I was hideous until 19.
Yeah, but you all have caught up. I had sex when I was 16 and then really dried up in my 20s. Like, everyone's different.
Okay, you always tell really sad stories. Wait, so you were really Catholic?
Super Catholic. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, are
I
you
was like,
still?
well, I remember watching. Did you have abstinence training in school?
Yeah.
Catholic school. So instead of sex ed, because I went to Catholic school, we had.
Oh, the withdrawal method training?
no, it was don't have
was a-
sex
it
or
was
you
a
fucking
video-
die.
I remember watching this video. I was 14 years old, and it was a video of a man and a woman, and they were engaged to be married. And she had waited until they got married, were getting married to have sex, but he'd had sex with someone else. And oh my god, I have to tell you another story about one time I went on a date with a virgin. But
Oh, my God.
and he was hysterically crying, and he was like, "I can't believe that I wasted it." Because I've met her and she's the love of my life, and I can't believe I gave my virginity to someone that I don't
Oh
even think
my
about anymore.
God.
And
Barf.
that so affected me. I was like, oh my God, like I have to save this for my husband. And she said before I met him, I knew I'd love him, so I waited for him.
Oh, my
Why are you
God.
getting moved now, Janine? Janine, why are you being moved?
I don't know, but now that I think about it, I would have been so bad at sex that I think I had to have had some sex before I met my husband.
But also this weird fetishization of virginity as something we give to men. It's like, at least they changed the gender. They flipped something there. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
But like the idea that like it's something that we give away or is like taken
Yeah.
and that it's once it's gone, it's
Which
gone.
is
Your
bullshit, 'cause we
purity
usually
is
give it to an inanimate object at
I
some
cried
point anyway.
after I lost my virginity. I really cried, and I was like, I wasted it. I threw it away.
Stop!
Yeah,
No!
I had sex, and then
I
didn't
hate
have sex
that
for 2
for
years
you.
after that.
I hate that. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
I felt so guilty about it. It was terrible.
That's horrific.
But that's the training of what you were like brought up in. Because if they wheeled that TV and played that video to us at our school, we would have fucking
Laughed at
lost
it.
our minds.
Yeah, yeah. But my
it would have been
parents
the
were very
funniest thing.
religious.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. For us, it would have been like, okay.
Do you want to hear?
I guess I had a
horrible,
similar-
horrible story.
Yes.
Sorry.
Go on.
But so I
The way you keep that, hear a horrible, horrible story. Because so far they haven't
It
been
is-
bleak at all,
this is
Janine.
horrible,
But
this
yes,
is
go on. Let's hear it.
Okay. So
You
By
are
the way, for the
Catholic.
benefit of the listener, Janine went a horrible, horrible story, but her eyes lit up in a way that she was so excited.
Also, that was so Catholic that you almost, you can tell you're married to an Irishman. You were like, I have a bleak fucking story for you ladies. But the joy of it all. Go on.
So when I first graduated drama school and I couldn't get any acting work, I was working at this.
Wait, which
film
drama school?
Lambda.
Okay.
So I was working at this film school. Like they'd hire you for the day. They paid like £60. You'd come in and work on like some whatever student film that
Yes.
they do.
Okay. Yes.
So I was meant to turn up. I'd read the script briefly, and I know it opened with a sex scene, and I was like, okay. The other actor who was meant to do it didn't come. Well, I mean, if he was there when I was there, he definitely would have come. But he didn't turn up. And so they had the DOP, so like the camera operator, have to have sex with me.
Fuck off.
And he was being so weird, and he kept making all these weird jokes and stuff. And I was like, God, you're not like a trained actor, so you must feel really uncomfortable. And then afterwards, he asked me out on a date. And then on the date, he told me he was a virgin and he was a born-again Christian. And so he felt really uncomfortable doing it. It was horrendous.
That's hell.
It was horrendous. And no one on the set like learned my name. So they all kept calling me darling. And I was like, this is what my dad warned me about.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an actor. He was like, this was going to happen to you.
Yeah, people are going to treat you like some piece of like meat. That's horrible.
Yeah. Isn't that bizarre?
Oh my god.
I don't think I've ever been on a
He
dait
looks
with
really
someone.
happy on his Instagram.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I bet he is.
As a
He's
baby.
finally getting to have sex.
What are
yeah.
the born again Christians again? They're the ones that just decide to be religious, but they weren't necessarily raised in it.
Yeah, and also specifically, they may have sinned or like not been like sort of fallen out of the faith, and then they really recommit, and it's usually much more zealous in its commitment to its
Is that
religiosity.
you? So you can't be born into born again Christianity? I thought.
Oh no, you
don't
can.
know.
You can.
Right,
the
right.
born again Christians are a type of Christian,
Oh,
are like
I
a
see, I
branch,
see.
but in general, people join. It like was born of
Right.
being reborn.
They want to be
essentially.
baptized when they're older because
Yeah.
they've
Yeah,
sinned
yeah, yeah.
or
Oh yeah, like
passed
in the
away.
Baptist church, you baptise in your order. Because I was christened when I was like a baby, but then like some friends were Baptists, so they'd like be going to their christenings when they were like 14 or something, where they'd confirm their faith. And I was like, okay.
Catholicism has that weirdly
Confirmation,
in America.
not
We didn't have
Christenings are
Catholics in
upper.
Hampshire.
But
God,
in
no.
America, we have confirmation when we're 16, but you have it when you're like 7
12.
or something. Yeah, right.
No, communion's at 7.
Right,
Keep
right,
up,
right.
Janine. Come on.
Wait, confirmation is when you marry Jesus.
No, that's the communion.
no,
The
that's
tiny little wedding dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my favourite. When all the girls line up to marry Jesus.
Yeah. and the boys. Jesus is very progressive.
Oh,
the
Jesus
boys,
marries the little boys too.
Yeah.
They wear little white
Stop it.
suits.
They wear white
all,
suits.
In Seattle,
Or
they all look
sometimes
like they were
they
in the
don't all
mafia.
wear- sometimes they wear little like black suits and navy suits. Yeah, it's a lot, and then people give you shit tons of money now.
Yeah.
I've heard about this.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Also, you can basically walk into any shop or like restaurant or any basically pub in your communion dress, and everyone has to get their wallet out. You can just go around being like, "I made my communion," and they're like, no one can just be like, "Cool." You're like, "I made my communion," and you put your hand.
But what
out.
do you spend the money on? You're like, what,
My
10,
niece just
12?
made her communion, and she was like in Ireland, and
Yeah.
she was like, "I'm saving up because when I'm 18, me and my friends are going to the Maldives." So I was like,
Whoa!
"Right, she knows what she wants. She's an independent woman." Yeah.
I fucking love that for a child.
Yeah, I know.
Me and my friends are going Maldives when we're 18, so we're saving up now. Like,
How posh is your niece?
I love her.
She's so cute. I
I've
love her
already
so
done
much.
Europe, so I'm saving up for the Maldives. What? You're 7. What
That's
are
a
you talking
good
about?
kid. That's a good kid. What were you saving up for?
No, we were made to give half of ours to a charity, so we got to choose our charity.
mean,
I
it's
mean,
nice,
way to make
but
my niece
ouch.
look like a fucking.
I mean,
cunt.
she sounds like a dick. She sounds like a dick. But then a nun came to our school and talked about the plight in Sierra Leone at the time, and so I gave all of mine to the charity.
Well, that's really nice, Catherine, that you did that.
So yeah, I guess your niece is a
Could've gone to-
cunt.
could've gone to
Sorry.
the Maldives.
I don't think I could have with my 200 punt, but now the inflation on it's gone mad, so she probably could. She's probably good to go.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow, she's gonna
gave a
stay
lot,
somewhere
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
We gave a lot.
We gave a lot.
I never wanted to marry Jesus, but I do remember being jealous of like the dresses because I never got asked to be a bridesmaid when I
So
was
were
little.
you Church of England? Is that?
We were just like the local Methodist church. Yeah, that's C of E, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just the local. But I only went until I was like 13 or something. Yeah, went to Sunday school. And I
But
was in
your
Girls'
dad
Brigade.
is deacon, isn't he? So
Yeah.
are you still Catholic?
No, are you?
I don't know.
Okay, the guilt says maybe. No, I'm absolutely not. But my dad is, and I was raised very Catholic.
And is
and
he
was very
okay with
Catholic.
you not being like in
don't
the
ask
church
questions like that.
But he doesn't impose it on you.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. And he is very like. No, actually, to be clear, the answer is yes. He's fine with it but also like, I don't think you get to be otherwise.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, anymore. But no, he is. I think the question should be the other way around. And yet it never is.
No.
one never goes, huh? Are you okay
with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Every gift my parents send me is something is getting more and more religious.
really?
Yeah.
What are we talking? Rosary beads?
I got a picture. You know that picture of Jesus where the eyes follow you?
With the light? The red light?
No, it's just like a classic headshot,
What?
like an 8x10.
What?
Oh, but with the crown of needles?
It's got crown of thorns.
Yeah, thorns.
And,
Sorry, my apologies.
So I've got that.
Yeah, the junk
framed
Jesus
photo of
needle.
that. I got that November as a
Just
gift.
to remember when
Shut
Jesus
up.
went through a
Yeah.
skag head phase.
They sent you his thorn crown?
Yeah. Listen to that. They gave me this. No, I don't want to show this.
Is it
They gave me a
a...
little medal.
And you're
They said,
wearing
"Going
it?
through
That's
tough
cute.
times, so I'm wearing
No,
it.
that's
It makes
nice.
me
That's
think
nice.
that my
That's
parents are
nice.
thinking of me, and that's what I tell Andrew every time he makes fun of me.
We
That's so
had some
nice.
Jesus stuff at ours, but Ludwig's my mum just like felt awkward at the end of church, so she like buy something. And one thing we had, by the way, I was not raised in any sort of like religious environment where I felt
we
like I
can
had to be
tell because
religious.
you just said we had some Jesus stuff at ours.
But my grandparents were religious, but my dad wasn't. He would like make fun of us for going to church every Sunday, like, the holy water boil over if I walk in there. Anyway, I'm going to do some masturbating. So that was the sort of vibe. And but we
What an
had-
energy of a
Sorry, was
Sunday
this your
morning.
grandfather?
No, my daddy.
That's normal.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So we had this Jesus plate, and it was like like display plates
Yeah.
where it's like on the side and like plastic. And if you looked at the 3 dots, and it was sort of like an interpretation of Jesus, like it was quite hard to tell.
I
it
don't
was
think
him.
this is G. What do you mean 3 dots?
It was Jesus. There were 3 dots in the middle of his face, and if you stared at them for 30 seconds without blinking, and then closed your eyes and looked at a light, you could see Jesus. I'm not joking.
Wait, were they part of the plate or were they like part of the...
So on the
pattern?
plate was like sort of like this pattern that sort of looked like a raw. Was it a Rorschach test? What's it called?
That was like the ink test.
Yeah,
What
like the
are you
ink. So it looked like
talking
it looked
about?
like a big ink blot, vaguely in the shape of a
But it
person.
was Jesus.
It was Jesus's face, but
Is
you
this
could
like the
only
shroud
see
of
it.
Jesus' face.
No, you
okay.
guys are fucking morons. So it's
I don't think that's what's happening.
It's an ink blot on a plate. Okay, and you're like, what's that? What's that? And then you go to the person who's like, what's that? Go like, stare at those 3 dots without blinking for 30 seconds, and then close your eyes and look at a light. So then you go like that, and you'd see the face of Jesus with loads of details on it, and it's like, oh my god, mummy, or granny. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we had the same religious upbringing, and that's okay.
That's
okay.
crazy.
Well, we'll
Well, I'm fucking crazy. You both married Jesus. You didn't even meet him, you freak.
What's really nuts is, so my sister-in-law is Jewish, and sometimes she comes to like church, if someone passes away and there's a service
yeah.
or whatever, she'll come to church with the family, and to see it through her eyes, like someone who didn't grow up with Jesus
Yeah.
at all in any context, she's like, you guys are upset. Like, she's like, first of all, it's such violent imagery for kids.
It's
There's a
so
man
cult-like when you haven't been in
hanging,
years.
bleeding, like,
Yeah.
and that's the image that we're keeping of him.
Yeah.
His death.
Yeah.
So much of it is like, and you bathe in the blood of Christ,
Yeah.
and the blood will redeem you, like all that shit.
And it's also like
She's like, what is going on here?
like they just got rid of the part of a prayer that they say at every mass in Ireland, where like you essentially said if you died before being baptized, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
Or if you die by suicide, you're going to hell. It was like very dark. Maybe we shouldn't put that in the episode. Maybe that's just not very light.
No, I think it's important to say
It's
these
dark
weird
as
things.
hell, though. Andrew, do we have a problem to solve?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yay.
Janine, profoundly interesting that we basically had the same upbringing. But my parents don't send me any Jesus stuff anymore because
You're really
I'm
missing
gay.
out. You're really missing out.
Because I'm a
That's where I
hella
went
gay.
wrong, yeah.
I get all the rainbow stuff instead. My mom sent me rainbow sponges. I guess because I have
cute.
OCD and I'm gay.
Oh, I love
The
that.
perfect gift for you.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
A rainbow
It looks cute.
sponge.
My cleaner was like, what the f-?
My mum bought me a paperweight.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready, Andrew?
Yes. So 2 quick parish announcements. First of all, an apology for the ongoing.
Sorry, you're doing parish announcements now.
Andrew, I think you can do whatever you want, my darling.
Thank you, Helen. I thought that was just a general podcast feature.
Nope, it was just my thing, but that's fine.
Okay. Well, apologies.
You can do some
apologies.
parish announcements.
Mommy
Go
and Daddy
on.
are fighting.
They are. Okay.
I'd now like to offer 3 apologies. First of all, to Catherine for stealing parish announcements. Second of all, to the viewer for the ongoing video issues if you're watching on YouTube. And third of all, last week we accidentally repeated a problem, but you'd be pleased to know that you gave entirely different answers to the first time you solved the problem. So it wasn't.
Did you know this? I knew this, like found out about it. What? We got given a problem again like 6 months after the first time they sent it in. And we gave completely different advice.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah, I accidentally mixed up one of the inboxes which I gave to M. So.
What's wrong
Can we hear what I want to see when the advice was better. Was it 6? Were you guys in a better place 6 months ago?
I think the most recent one was better. Yeah.
We've grown.
There we go.
But wait a second. What was the problem?
It was a problem about a kind of problematic relationship with a guy who used to be homophobic and is sort of coming to terms with his own sexuality, but still being. I mean, we can solve it.
Amazing that you didn't remember.
No, we're not doing it for we'll do it in another 75 episodes. What the fuck?
I know.
How self-involved are we that we didn't even remember?
We do get a lot of problems.
We do get a lot.
We get a lot of problems.
Including this one.
Go on.
From F.
Hi, F.
Hi, F.
Janine, you must say hello.
Hi, F.
That's
There you
nice.
go.
F says, this is some L-word style drama / lesbian nonsense.
Oh my God.
God, I love lesbian nonsense. Let's do it. It can usually be. No, I won't say it yet, but I guarantee I've got the solution already.
Okay, well, we're going to let Janine have a go
Just
first.
buy new Doc Martens. No.
Oh my.
You don't have to share a pair, girls. Get your own. No, sorry,
Put
guys.
it in the dishwasher.
I feel attacked. Go on.
So F says, I went through a tough breakup last year with this person, P, brackets non-binary. That was pretty tough. Classic situations where I caught feelings and they didn't.
Ugh.
It was ended over text, but generally, no hard feelings either way.
I
It
know,
was
but
just a
still
bit of a
sucks.
unfortunate situation. My friend Elle, brackets also non-binary, was very supportive after the breakup. However, a few weeks ago, Elle rang me as they'd been invited to do some freelance work for P and wanted to check I'd be okay with it.
I knew L and P would link up. Go on.
They're just doing some work for me.
Here we go.
Well,
Okay.
Here we go.
I said, of course. It's not like they're asking if they can hook up or whatever.
Wait, is it question? How long ago was the F and P hookup?
That was
Year ago.
last year. And then
Okay.
So it's been about
so
a year.
good while.
Yeah. Elle said, of course,
counted.
all good. Just gonna go work with P. However, fast forward, Helen's called it. Elle went on a night out with P and ended hooking up with them. And Elle now wants to pursue a relationship and was surprised when I was upset about that. Their perspective is that I didn't have ownership over P, and as Elle is polyamorous, they don't view relationships like I do and don't understand jealousy. Now, I don't have feelings for P anymore, but they did hurt me with the abrupt breakup, and I don't think it's unreasonable for me to want one of my best friends to not date them. Apart from anything else, I just don't want to see them again.
Oh, yeah.
However, I know I can't tell anyone who to date and worry I'm overreacting. I've asked Elle not to give me details of their dates with P, but Elle feels that as their friend, I should talk through dates, etc. with them, no matter who they are. Elle and I have been friends for years, and I don't want to lose the friendship, but I do feel betrayed and stuck in a corner, backed into a corner.
Great problem.
So, thank you in advance for any solutions or offers
I'd
of
say
advice.
be dramatic, move country, let them do what they want, come back once they've broken up.
Okay,
That's
you
what I
for
would
that,
do.
Helen.
A year is very
Janine.
short. A year is too short, I think, to be hooking up with your friend's ex.
See, this is an interesting problem because I know you and my feelings on this sort of thing is very different because we've had problems like this before.
I don't think people own people.
No, Catherine thinks go
No,
for
of
it.
course you don't own them, but it's a betrayal of friendship.
Yeah.
Do you know
I
what
don't
mean?
think it is at all.
See, this is where we always stand. So I had a situation that was vaguely similar to
First
this.
of all, can I just say, first of all, they had a very short dating period.
but
it
the
was
feelings were
significant enough
very
that there was a
significant
breakup.
for
It wasn't
F.
like-
But no, it was
a hookup.
it was ended by text. It was a small thing. Then also P didn't have feelings, but also that is a risk you take when you date somebody. But I don't think you can be like you can't date somebody that you have feelings for and who has feelings for you because I dated them a year ago.
And you not saying that you obviously I had something similar to this. I know I've spoken about it on the podcast before, but it might have been ages ago in the extras. Like you've opened up to a friend and say like, oh, this shitty thing happened. This person I really, really liked and I really felt feelings for them. They didn't feel the same. Now, yes, they didn't have a big relationship, but for them, the feelings were all there and the emotions were all there. You've opened up to a friend. They then go out with that. Then the next person goes out with them. It's fine. Obviously, you're like, you can go out with them, of course, but you are allowed to be like, I don't want to hear the details.
Oh, I agree with that.
Or
I completely
see that person who hurt you. I think.
I said to my friend, I was like, you know what, do it. Date them, but like, don't do it. I said, please don't do it in front of me.
Yeah.
And
I
please. But I even said to the guy who I'd fallen for, I was like, hey, how about this? How about you just don't immediately go and date my best friend or my sister?
Oh.
And then
Is that what happened?
I do
Who
completely.
was it? Your sister or your best friend?
best friends.
I do agree with you on the. I think you should be allowed to say, I don't want to hear about it,
Yeah.
but. I will say this, and I actually think it's unreasonable for the other person to be like, you have to hear about every date. That's so
Yeah, it's
unnecessary.
mad.
But I would think that it is absolutely fine for them to date, and it's fine for me to not want to hear about it. But I think you do have to prepare yourself for the likelihood that if it becomes a serious relationship, i.e., and like they're still together in a year, then I don't think you can be like, I will not see your partner without that damaging your friendship. Or like you have to understand that may mean that the person is like, well, okay, then you don't value me as a friend.
I think it's hard because you're saying that oh God, I'm going to get the letters mixed up. That F has to eventually choose whether or not she.
Yeah.
She's a female and the other two are non-binary.
Yeah.
F is she, her, and then P and L are non-binary.
F has to decide whether or not she wants to continue being friends with P. Because if P and L...
She has to decide whether or not she wants to continue being friends with Elle, who's now dating the person who hurt her, which is P.
Oh my God, the letters are very confusing. But the thing is, that person has hurt you because they knew... It's not like when they broke up, it was F that broke. Oh, fuck these letters.
But I'm not saying but I think there's a difference between.
It feels like a betrayal of friendship. Of course, you can't say who you can and cannot date. Like that's not allowed.
That situation
but I
think
you have to be like, do I value my friendship with someone that I know really well more than I value someone who I've only met for like one day?
Someone I want
work?
to date.
First of all, what work were they doing? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I think that it's often kind of hard to meet people as a queer person. I don't think it's that crazy to be like, oh, we have this connection, I'd like to pursue it. Also, I think it was like a year ago. Also, I think for me, I think the other thing is I think it's totally unfair to be like, you have to hear about this.
Yeah.
But I do think it's okay to say like, if we explore this and it becomes a significant relationship, I would like to think that you could like be social with my partner at like a party. I'm not asking to hang out with them, but it does feel like I think Elle is asking too much to be like, you have to listen to the date chat. That's mad to me.
Honestly, you can really put that barrier up. I kept my friendship and kept it going. It is still slightly like, this is years ago now, but we've never quite been as close as we were, but we would have also probably just grown apart like due to circumstances. I will say this, what I hated was...
How much time in between?
From me saying to them like, hey, I want to go for this. 3 weeks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's different.
Whoa.
That's so
And
different.
he asked her out on a date and she messaged me and said, what do you think? And I was in a car share actually at the time. I just started doing comedy here. And I was like, oh God, I'm in a car share. I can't explain, but can I just say, can I call you about it tomorrow? Can you just like leave it for now? She was like, absolutely. Spoke to her the next day and I was like, look, here's the situation. Like, obviously if you want to. And I was like, but to be honest, like it's a bit raw. And then she went, you know what? I'm not that fussed.
Yeah.
I'll give it a miss. And then 2 months later, got a call from her saying, okay, so here's what's happened. And he sort of like pursued it. And I felt that I'd become like, they were like, we can't do it because it would upset Helen. Like almost like sexy.
Forbidden fruit.
Yeah, forbidden fruit because of me. And I'm like, I'm telling you now, I want nothing. If you're going to do it, do it. No.
I would say this though, just to circle back, because just to offer a different opinion, I don't think ending a relationship that was at its start, or even any relationship, is the same as like purposefully hurting somebody. I think everyone has the right to break up with somebody, and I don't think it's like, if you cheat on someone, I think that's like causing harm.
Yeah.
I think if you end a relationship, you will upset somebody. But I don't think you chose to. It's not like you're doing a malicious act. Like everyone should be able to leave a relationship. It's not the same as like,
I can't.
You treated me badly, or like, as in like, no. And listen, I've been in that position, and when it's raw, it's so painful. But they ultimately, people are and should be. You want them to be able to end relationships, and that's not an act of harm to you. That's not an active.
No.
Attempt to hurt you.
It's not the friend that's the problem.
Yeah,
of course the person who broke up should be able to do that, but
it's like
it's a betrayal
year
of friendship.
Later.
I don't know.
But didn't the friend come
I also can't break up with
this is like anything slightly like this is where we totally differ, because like for me it is like, it's a betrayal. Your friends hurt you. Like this person who was there to support you. Like, it's like out of
and
everyone
who should value you because you know them deeper than you know someone who you've met for a day and you just
can't tell someone what to
I
do.
don't know.
But you're not telling them what to do. It's just like, I'm not telling you what to do.
Okay, but
know this.
Here's an example. Here's an example.
Okay.
If somebody breaks up with me, and then my best friend says, just so you know, I'm still going to be friends with them. But that person hurt me. Mm-hmm. And I rely on you, and I need you, and you support me.
I think that's different than fucking them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it is.
Really?
Why?
Because
It's like having a meaningful relationship.
Does that hurt you more?
It's a rejection. And the
No,
thing
neither of them hurt me. I think they're both like, people don't own people. Like I can't control the interactions between the two other people. I can only control like how I react to it. And I think
you're a better woman than me.
But I
That's
get
like, now
would
that you're
stress
saying
me
this,
out.
I'm thinking like, oh God, I really think I do feel that way about like a lot of situations where I'm like, but you're like,
if someone broke up with me, I would feel, which has never happened. I would feel.
I can
like,
tell.
But I would feel really rejected. And so
Yeah.
then if someone that was a good friend of mine who I probably had confided in about this breakup and how I felt about this person, then got together with that person, I would feel even more rejected because I'd feel a rejection of love and a rejection of friendship.
maybe
I
I'm
think.
bringing in like my own like personal history of like feeling rejected and only falling for guys that definitely reject me, and then it feels like a rejection from a friendship. Maybe so I put more weight on it than someone else would.
I'm not saying that the feelings are invalid or even like
Oh my God, I'm P.
no. I think they're
Am I? I'm F. I'm F.
F.
I'm F.
I think they're valid.
Oh my
I
God,
just
I'm
think that they're a thing you have to work through. So like I think somebody can do something that's completely permissible and it can be painful for you. So like I don't think Elle has done anything wrong, but I also think F is having normal feelings about it. Does that make sense?
L. F. Sorry. Yeah.
I think F is having normal
yeah.
feelings about it, but I also don't think Elle's done anything wrong. In the same way that like if your friends all hang out with your ex, they're not doing anything wrong, but it's also completely normal to be like, oof, that's a little painful.
I'll just say
Oof,
what my friend
that's a
said
little
to me at the
sore.
time, which is, so I confided in a friend when this was going on who knew my other friend, but like didn't like, they were my friend, not their friend, like blah, blah, blah. And she just very clearly said, she was like, well, you know, it's always sad if a friendship goes slightly awry and obviously you're feeling like a bit hurt and like unloved, but they just might not be the friend for you now. It might have been an amazing time, but then this is one of those things where it's like,
I
no,
think
it's a
we should
difference in
encourage
opinion.
more friendship breakups.
And
Me
it's okay.
too.
I
Oh my
really
God.
wish it was
And
a
I'm
thing.
still
Me
friends with
too.
this person, but
because
it's not the
your
same as it
only
was, but it's
option
fine.
is to ghost them. Honestly,
And it's
you're-
so painful.
You either ghost them or you look insane by breaking up with a friend.
Yeah.
And like ghosting is really painful. You, don't
You
wanna do
had
that to
great
someone.
material about this.
Do you?
Oh yeah. Well, I have a
In the
whole
last
thing about.
show,
I
yeah.
think it should be. It doesn't make any sense to me that it's appropriate to take the mother of your children to a coffee shop and break up with them. But if you bring a friend to the same coffee shop, everyone's like, you're a psychopath.
Yeah. I
Whereas
know,
in a
yeah.
relationship, they're like, it's so cool she did it in person. That's so brave.
Yeah.
And you're like, but also to me, it's like, it's as logical that friendships would could run out of steam in the way a relationship could.
Because you
Outgrow
grow in
each
different
other,
directions.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, it's so respectful and so much less painful to me for someone to sit down and go, you know what? I have love for you. I wish you no
Yeah.
ill, but I don't have a massive amount of time in my life, and say like, I have a really busy work life and I'm not seeing enough of my friends, but this doesn't feel like a thing I want to prioritize.
Oh, if someone
I
said
know,
that to
I know,
me.
but equally,
Oh.
but I have had the opposite, which is where somebody has just like stopped replying to
Yeah.
me, and I have lost sleep over it. Being
Yeah.
like, what have I done wrong? And I can't think what I have done wrong.
Yeah.
But and the answer might
Also,
be
in
like,
this day and age of mental health problems, sometimes someone doesn't respond to you. You're like, oh my God, are they in a really bad way? Should I make real effort to like
I
reach
know.
out? Like,
You're like, I should reach out more.
Or do they just,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's
both of
hell.
us just like calling someone up, like, are you in a
okay,
good
hon?
place? And I'm like, I am, and I'm not talking to you.
Oh my god!
But I agree. I wish it was
Yeah.
more normal. To just
Oh
be
my God,
like,
F, I think you need to run away and start fresh, new friends.
oh my God, thanks.
But not the nail chat. We've got
Sorry.
someone in distress.
Sorry.
I guess my point is, F, I think what this conversation proves is both perspectives are
Bitches
obviously
don't know what they want.
quite
okay.
valid.
Yeah, both perspectives are very valid.
But come back to us in 6 months when we're asked the exact same question. We'll give you completely opposite advice.
Oh yeah, circle back.
I'm like, fuck girl, bitch.
Yeah.
And Helen's like, I don't know.
You know what? People don't own people.
don't
People
own
don't own
anyone.
people.
Yeah.
You got to do what's right for you. That'll be me, and I'll be going out with Helen. And I'm like, you know what? You've got to follow your truth. If you have a connection with someone, you've got a connection with someone. Just run with it, and you'll be. that'll
I've
be
changed my
incredible.
mind.
You'll be living with Sunil in a little room in South London.
The annoying thing is you and Ellen make more sense because you're such a lovely height together. You know?
Don't lick pussy doll. It wouldn't
Wait, is
work.
Ellen very tall?
Yeah, we do look good
She'd be
together, me
happy
and
to-
Ellen.
She'd be
We
happy
look
to go
really
with that
nice.
thing where she'd be happy to just eat you out while you eat pizza.
Oh, that's my favourite thing.
She'd
Oh my
love
god,
that.
that's the dream.
I know. It is
Oh.
the only dream.
The holy grail.
Gesundheit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And should we say thank you very much to Janine? Because you. Oh my God, Janine!
Wow. She said pussy and you sneezed twice.
I did.
Can
wanna
we
clean
say that's a
Think it's like a
reaction?
witch thing?
I think it's like a catching
Maybe.
thing. Hey,
I said witch
Janine.
on stage the other day, and a noise happened behind a curtain behind me, and I freaked the fuck out. It was horrible.
okay,
Thank you very much to everyone who came to that preview. It was frightening.
Janine, where can people follow you?
You can follow me on, I don't really use Twitter, on Instagram at Janine Harouni.
And what about
TikTok?
Yeah.
At Janine Harouni comedy or comedian? I can't remember. Which one. Harouni.
I've been saying your name wrong this whole time.
I think you're probably saying my name. Have you been saying Harouni?
Yeah.
I've been saying Harouni.
I think Harouni is probably the
I think you get to
actual
decide how we say-
Arabic pronunciation, but I think my family Americanized it.
I think we go with whatever you say your name
I
is.
say Harouni, but
Well, then that's what it is.
but
Harouni.
I accept both.
Okay, so TikTok, Instagram. What about if people want to come see you live? And you should. Janine is such a good comic. Such a good comic.
You can go to my website and I've got a list of all my dates.
Do you have a bunch
my
of
work in progresses?
Because you're working up a show for Edinburgh?
all over the country, doing a new show for Edinburgh.
Exciting to have a name.
2023. I think it's going to be called Manouche, which is my family's nickname for me.
Manouche.
It's basically Arabic pizza. So
Oh, so good.
when you said getting eaten out, eating pizza, I was like,
Manouche.
But wait, Manouche.
loves pizza.
What's the name of the kid in Chocolat?
Oh, Manon.
So you're racist.
Yeah.
No, it's
You're
like
racist.
no, isn't it like Anouche?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's like a nickname or something.
Juliet's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. Juliette Binoche's little kid. Well, anyway, it's nothing to do with that. And sorry,
She's very cute.
She's very sweet.
Have you seen that?
No, I don't
Manouche.
know.
With Johnny Depp.
No.
Wait,
Oh, chocolat.
what
No.
is Manouche? It's got.
I
It's
think
like
it's basically like a flatbread with like za'atar. It's like spices.
Yeah.
Lachman?
Very good.
Like a Lachaman?
Gesundheit.
Oh, dankeschön.
okay, amazing. So they can come see work in progresses. They can come
You can
see
watch
you on
my
TikTok.
special on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, what's it called?
Stand Up with Janine Harouni. Please remain seated. Yes, I regret the title. It's very long.
No, it's
Did I
great.
make the
It's
cut?
Such a good special. It's
I
such a
went
good
to the
special.
recording.
I think you can hear you laughing.
Yes!
You were
course
there
you
when they had to
can.
kick that man out. Were you at that show? No, you were in the afternoon.
No.
No, they kicked a man out during my show.
Why?
He was very drunk.
Oh,
Wow.
at a recording. It's so mad.
For free. Just
Come on,
come
dude.
on.
Come on, man. Hey, everybody, give it up for Janine Harouni.